Okay. So, we have dx by dt. I will just write it in a different form. I mean, I had used AC and BC, but then too many superscript I will have to use. So, let us put it as mx plus nu. Okay. This we need to convert this to question is how is A related to m and n, how is B related to m and n. Okay, I am only going to talk about this conversion, the reverse conversion I am not going to talk about. Right. Keep in mind two assumptions that come in explicitly, keep that in mind. One is zero order hold, your UKs are converted into UT through zero order hold. Another is sampling, your Y is converted into YK by sampling it regularly at every hth time step. Okay. So, our time step we will say is h. Okay. MATLAB you can do this using command called C2D. Okay. Or just an aside, in MATLAB TF you will use for getting transfer function, SS you will use for getting state space model. Okay. Probably know that already, but in case you did not. C2D to convert from continuous to discrete, D2C to convert from discrete to continuous, D2D if you want to resample a discrete time model at a different frequency. So, let us say you had a discrete time model that sampled at every 1 time unit and you want to sample it at every 2 time units, then you will use D2D. You will use step in order to get step response coefficients, and once you get the step response coefficients, put them in the correct form in order to get your step response matrix for your model. Okay. Step response coefficients and parameters of step response models are synonyms of each other. I think a couple of people had questions during assignment about that. Okay. So, step response coefficients are nothing but parameters of a step response model. Yeah. Resampling of a discrete time system. So, for example, you have xk plus 1 equal to axk plus buk sampled at the rate of once every second, and you want to resample it at the rate of once every 2 seconds. Okay. So, let us talk about scalar, we will use another color. Let us say you had dx by dt equal to ax plus okay, where u let us say was held constant at a value uk. Okay. So, instead of calling it uk I will just call it as u bar, where u bar you know how to solve this, right? How do you solve this? Integrating factors, dx by dt minus mx equal to nu. then what do you get? You will get e to the power minus m k plus 1 h x k plus 1 minus e to the power minus m k h x k equal to integral from k s to k plus 1 h right. You multiply throughout by e to the power m k plus 1 h. Okay. If you do that, you are going to get x k plus 1 minus e to the power m k plus 1 minus h minus m k h, right, which is nothing but e to the power m h. Okay, equals integral from k h okay. And again your 12 standard jugglery, right. To handle something like this, what do? We will define tau as k plus 1 h minus t, right. So that d tau is minus dt, our limits as at t equal to k h, tau is k plus 1 h minus k h, which is h, at t equal to k plus 1 h, our tau is 0, right. So, when you put all of this, our right hand side, I will write it kind of like rough over here and then I will make it a bit fair. Okay, our right hand side is going to become integral from h to 0 exp of m multiplied by k plus 1 h minus t is tau, right, m tau n u bar dt is replaced by minus d tau. Okay. This minus gets cancelled and our h and 0 gets exchanged. Okay. Again straightforward 12 standard calculus, nothing different. And again in 12 standard integration you would have learnt, in order to handle this, the stuff that is in the brackets, convert that from t to tau, right. This is, nothing, no big jugglery I am playing over here. This is exactly what we have done again and again in our 12th standard or first year undergrad. Okay. The thing that is m multiplied by the stuff that is in that bracket, that bracket thing, because it is linear with respect to t, we have just represented that as tau. Okay. Okay. So, once you do that, you will see that, oh sorry, I forgot this x k over here. Okay. You will see what you really get is x k plus 1 minus e to the power m h multiplied by x k equals integral from 0 to h, that is what we did by exchanging over here, m tau n u bar d tau. We take e to the power mh on to the other side, this is what you get. Okay. This is if this was one dimensional, single variable. If this was not single variable, okay, this is what you are going to get. If you get this, you are going to pre-multiply with, you will take, mx is on the other side, okay, you are going to pre-multiply by e to the power m minus mt. Okay. The way in which you multiply, matters. You cannot post multiply it, you have to pre-multiply it. And again, a cheats way of figuring out whether you have to pre-multiply doesn't 100% work. In this case, it is going to work. X is an n by 1 vector. If you post multiply it with an n by n matrix, you have n by 1 multiplied by n by n, doesn't work. You have to pre-multiply. Okay. Doesn't always work, because if you have multiplication of one n by n with another n by n, it will leave you confused. Okay. But this is kind of a cheats way of figuring out whether it has to be pre-multiplied or post-multiplied. Okay. All you need to do is look at this derivation, literally go to Wikipedia. Usually I do not tell people to go to Wikipedia, literally go to Wikipedia and look at matrix differentiation, and you will see all the matrix differentiation rules. If you apply, it really falls in the straight line. Okay. There is nothing really. For example, now rule of matrix differentiation, e to the power at, if a is a scalar, d by dt of that is what? It is a multiplied by e to the power at. Now, if a is a matrix, is it a multiplied by e to the power at, or is it e to the power at multiplied by a? This is where my trick does not help. Okay, it is one of the two, it is not both. Okay, find that out. Okay, and it is important, because if it is a multiplied by e to the power at, then you will have to post multiply with an inverse. If it is e to the power at multiplied by a, you have to pre-multiply with inverse, and that makes a big difference. Where inverse? Remember this guy, we pre or post multiplied and that went away, that is where it makes a difference. Okay. So, yeah. Anyway, so that is where we were. So, what actually happens is you will get this as a pre-multiplication blah blah blah, everything actually works, and I am not going through the entire math, because again this math also is a little bit of a cheating without going through rules of derivatives, but this is what we are going to get. Okay. This is our A matrix, this is our B matrix. Our U bar was nothing but UK, which is constant. Okay. Now, if that is the case, you can bring dt on this side. Now, why can you move d tau but you can't move anything else? tau is a scalar. Okay. So, do not move u from here to pre, do not do that, not allowed. Tau you can because it is a scalar. Okay. So, question, what does C2D do? Or A is just going to be this is really what C2D does.